What's going on there? I've had a lot of people, since I have both the OB6 and the Deepmind 12, have kind of asked, what do you like better? That's really hard to say. This is a $2,500 synthesizer. It's an Oberheim Dave Smith. It's built like a friggin' tank. It sounds like nothing else really, unless it's got a SEM filter in it. And the Deepmind is not the same. It's totally different. Which, do I like one better than the other? No. The thing that's great to me is that when I first got the OB6, a number of my synthesizers, like my mini log and things like that, just started not sounding so good anymore. But the Deepmind really holds its own. All right, so excuse me. So what's going on? I thought what I would do is just kind of show you some of the things that are happening in these synthesizers. One of the really cool things about the OB6 is the Xmod section, which enables you to either use an envelope or oscillator 2 as a modulator. And right now I have oscillator 2 in low frequency mode, and you're not hearing it. It's just providing. It's actually one of the cool things too. I'll speed up the frequency a little bit so you can hear what it's doing. Because the wave shape is continuously variable, you go from a triangle to a sawtooth to a square. But you can go anywhere in between those. And the other thing that's cool, like what you're hearing there, is that oscillator 2 has 6. There's actually 6 voices there. There's 6 oscillators. So you actually end up with like 6 independent LFOs. Notice that they're all doing something different. These two are doing something different. If I have it track the keyboard, you can see even more, because up here the lower you go down the keyboard, the slower VCO2 is going, obviously. I can slow that down a little bit more. So you can get some really cool stuff out of that. I have no effects on there right now. You're getting some stereo spread from the pan spread, which pans the voices various random places in the stereo field depending on how much of that you have. Another thing you can kind of hear in there is that there's an LFO also acting on the filter mode, because the filter is continuously variable. So this is a low pass filter. This is a notch filter. And then a high pass, and then a high pass. So what you're actually hearing is it kind of switching the notch filter, kind of easing in between the notch and the low pass filter. And that's kind of the effect you get. I also have it. I'm going to put on some bucket brigade delay and some plate reverb, and then you get this. Fundamento. I don't hear that much in there. Now the Deepmind 12 does not do a lot of that stuff, but it can do some pretty complex things. I'm going to play this with no effects, just like I did the OB6. So here's the OB6 with no effects. I have a lot of different things going on here right now. I've got a sawtooth wave. I've actually got it in a mode. I've got it in a unison 2 mode. So you're actually getting 2 oscillators per. And you can detune those a little bit. So I have the sawtooth wave. I've got a pulse wave. And LFO1 is modulating the pulse width of that. And LFO2 is modulating the rate of LFO1, so you get a different rate. And LFO1 is set on a triangle wave for the LFO, and LFO2 is set on what's called sample and glide, which it's almost easier to hear that with a pitch. So let me show you what it sounds like with a pitch. So as I add all those things in, I also have LFO 2 changing the level of noise. Now for the effects, I've got a chorus D effect. Oh, I don't even have that on. It's there, but I have it off. And then I have a delay and a reverb, kind of like this, but the reverb in this is a TC electronic reverb, and it's like a shimmer type of a reverb. So when I put this on, you'll see that it really. Hold that. Off to the left here, you can't see it on the camera, but I have the Yamaha montage, and it's doing this. I think that these two synthesizers right here, they just sound great together.